When did you stop being a son or daughter and started being just a bank account? Ask yourself, when did you stop being a son or daughter and started being just a bank account, an ATM for your family? If you're part of the Black diaspora worldwide, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That sinking feeling when you see another request in your WhatsApp, the guilt when you can't send as much as they're asking for, the resentment that creeps in when you're struggling to pay your own rent, but somehow you're still expected to solve everyone else's problems. In this video, we're talking about the Black tax, which includes the diaspora remittance trap. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it because this channel is all about Africa's past, present, and future. And this is definitely a present day issue. In 2024 alone, Sub-Saharan Africa received $56 billion in remittances. That's more than was received in foreign direct investment, modern aid. Your money, the money you earned abroad, is literally keeping economies afloat. But here's what those statistics don't tell you: the personal cost. One study found that African immigrants in the OECD remitted over $1,000 annually on average. That's money that could be going into your retirement account, your children's education fund, your emergency savings. Instead, it's funding everything from school fees to medical bills to business ventures that never quite materialize. And the requests never stop. Because once you become known as the one who made it abroad, you become the family ATM. Sometimes you can even be in the same country. As long as you're the one who has made it into the echelons of upper middle class, it's expected of you. Here's how the remittance trap works. You leave home to build a better life. Maybe you got a scholarship. Maybe you saved for years. Maybe your family saved to help send you abroad. But the moment you land that job in London, Toronto, New York, or Dubai, the perception shifts. Suddenly, you're rich. Never mind that you're sharing a 2-bedroom apartment with 3 other people. Never mind that you're working 2 jobs just to cover rent and expenses. Never mind that abroad isn't the paradise everyone thinks it is. In their eyes, you have access to dollars, pounds, or euros, and that means you have money. So the request starts coming in, and you help with school fees. The roof is leaking, we need money for repairs. Your cousin needs money for a business. There's a funeral, we need contribution. Your sister is getting married. I'm sick and need to see a doctor. And here's the insidious part. More often than not, your family genuinely needs help. The lack of social safety nets, poor healthcare systems, and limited economic opportunities back home mean that you are the safety net. But nobody asks, can you afford it? Are you okay? What are you sacrificing to send this money? Because asking those questions would require acknowledging an uncomfortable truth that you're struggling to. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, culture. In many African communities, there's a deep-rooted expectation of communal support. The idea that we rise together, or your success is our success, is beautiful in theory, is built on genuine values of solidarity and mutual aid that helped our communities survive colonialism, poverty, and hardship. But somewhere along the line, this beautiful principle became weaponized. Because when you try to set boundaries, You're not just refusing to send money. You're betraying your family. You're forgetting where you came from. You're becoming too Western. You're being selfish. The guilt is overwhelming and it's by design. Your mother might say things like, after everything we sacrificed for you, your siblings might stop talking to you. Extended family members might gossip about how you changed. Even your own conscience tells you that you should be grateful, that you should give back, that you owe them. And you know what? Just truth in that. You probably do owe your family something. But the question is how much and for how long and at what cost to your own future. Let's do some math. Imagine you earn $3,000 a month after taxes. In a Western city, that's not a lot. Your rent might be $2,000, utilities, transportation, food, another $500. That leaves you with $500 for savings, emergencies, and everything else. Now imagine you're sending home $200 every month. That's 7% of your total income, yes, but it's 40% of your disposable income. So when your car breaks down, you can't fix it immediately. When your friend invites you to their wedding, you decline because you can't afford the gift. When your company offers a professional development course that could advance your career, you skip it because it costs $400. You're not building wealth. You're treading water. And the people back home don't see this because you can't tell them. Because if you tell them you're struggling, they think you're lying or being stingy. After all, you live abroad. Meanwhile, here's what often happens with the money you send. It gets spent on consumption rather than investment. It creates dependency rather than self-sufficiency. It removes the pressure for people back home to find sustainable solutions. It sometimes funds poor decisions that you have no control over. I'm not saying your family is malicious. I'm saying that when someone else is consistently solving your problems, you stop learning to solve them yourself. And here's where it gets toxic. You keep sending money, you keep sacrificing, but you start to resent it. You resent the requests. You resent that nobody asks, how you doing? You resent that your achievements are measured by how much you can give rather than what you've accomplished. And then you feel guilty for resenting it. Because how dare you complain when they're dealing with real poverty and you're just dealing with first world problems? So you don't talk about it. You suffer in silence. You keep sending the money and the cycle continues. Until one day, you either burn out completely and cut everyone off, or you wake up at 45 years old with no retirement savings, no property, no security, all because you spent 20 years funding everyone else's life. I've seen both outcomes. Neither is pretty. Let's talk about some uncomfortable truths that nobody wants to say out loud. One, not every request is an emergency. Yes, there are genuine crises, medical emergencies, natural disasters, unexpected deaths. But when everything is treated as an emergency, nothing is. If you're sending money every single month for a different crisis, something is wrong with the system. Two, helping is not the same as enabling. If your brother has asked you for business capital 3 times and failed 3 times, sending money a fourth time is not helping. It's enabling poor planning and lack of accountability. Three, your financial security matters too. This might sound selfish, but it's true. If you burn out, if you become destitute, if you have nothing left, who's going to help you? Your family back home? No. because they don't have the resources. You would have failed yourself and left them without support. 4. Transparency is not disrespect. Being honest about your financial situation is not airing your dirty laundry. It's called healthy communication. If your family genuinely cares about you, they should want to know when you're struggling. 5. You don't owe anyone your entire life. Yes, your parents sacrificed for you. Yes, you should be grateful. But their sacrifice was not an investment that requires unlimited returns. You are not obligated to financially support your entire extended family for the rest of your life. All right, enough with the problems. Let's talk solutions. Because I know many of you are nodding along but thinking, okay, but what am I supposed to do? I can't just abandon my family. And you're right, you shouldn't. But you can set boundaries. Here's how. Step 1. Be honest about your finances. Stop pretending you're richer than you are. Send your family a breakdown of your actual expenses. Show them your rent, your bills, your debt. Make it real. This isn't complaining, it's transparency. Step 2. Build your own financial foundations first. This is critical. You need to secure your own future before you can sustainably help others. That means emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses, retirement savings, debt repayment plan, insurance coverage. Once your foundation is solid, you can help from a position of strength rather than depletion. Step 3. Distinguish between emergencies and wants. Not everything is an emergency, so create categories. True emergencies, life-threatening medical issues, natural disasters, actual survival needs. Important but manageable, like school fees, necessary home repairs. Nice to have, like new phones, parties, non-essential purchases. Agree to send emergency money only for actual emergencies. Step 4. Set a fixed remittance amount. Decide on an amount you can actually afford to send every month. Not what they need, not what they want. What you can afford without sacrificing your own financial health. And stick to it. Communicate this clearly. Providing everything goes well, I can send X amount per month. If there's a genuine emergency, we can discuss it, but this is the baseline. Step 5. Encourage self-sufficiency. Instead of giving someone money in perpetuity, help them put the money towards something more sustainable. Whether it's a business, vocational training, assets like land or livestock. Offer guidance. Connect them with resources. Teach financial literacy, but don't just keep writing checks. If you're going to invest in family businesses, treat it like a real investment. Business plan, milestones, accountability, and agreed terms. Step 6. Create boundaries around communication. You don't have to respond to every WhatsApp message immediately. You don't have to engage with guilt trips. You can say, I've already sent money this month. I can't send more right now. And then don't justify it endlessly. No is a complete sentence. Step 7. Find your community. You're not alone in this. Connect with other diaspora members who understand this struggle. Share strategies, support each other. Sometimes just knowing others are dealing with the same thing makes it easier to set boundaries. So be sure to comment below and subscribe. You might just find your community right here on this channel. Now here's something I need to say. This issue is bigger than individual families. The reason diaspora remittances are so crucial is because African governments have failed to build strong economies, failed to create social safety nets, failed to provide healthcare, education, and opportunities. So the burden falls on you, on us, on individual people trying to support entire households, sometimes entire communities, on salaries that are meant for one person. This is not sustainable. And yet, the solution can't be to just stop sending money because real people will suffer. Your parents, your siblings, your community. The real solution is systemic change, better governance, stronger institutions, economic diversification, but that takes time, decades probably. So, what do we do in the meantime? We do what we can within reason. We help where we genuinely can, but we also protect ourselves. We set boundaries. We invest in our own futures so that we can be a resource for the long term, not just a temporary ATM that eventually runs dry. If you take nothing else from this video, remember this. Helping your family is noble. Supporting your community is beautiful. But sacrificing your entire financial future out of guilt is neither noble nor sustainable. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to prioritize your own financial health. You are allowed to say no. And none of that makes you a bad person. The diaspora remittance trap and the black tax is real. It's draining the wealth of an entire generation of Blacks and Africans who can be building generational wealth, but instead are stuck in cycles of endless giving. It's time we have honest conversations about this. Not to stop helping, but to help smarter, to help sustainably, to help in ways that don't destroy us in the process. Your family needs you healthy, stable, and financially secure for the long run, not burned out, broke, and resentful. So set your boundaries, have the hard conversations, and build your own future while still supporting those you love within reason, because you matter too. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced the diaspora remittance trap? How do you handle requests from family? What boundaries have worked for you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe to Writing Diasporan for more honest conversations about African history, economics, business, diaspora life, and the issues nobody wants to talk about. And if you know someone dealing with this, share this video with them. Sometimes we just need to know we are not alone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.